Hi guys, it's Bunny Bear, and today I'm introducing you to a new series I've created called Broken Home. It's about a world where every country except for one is in a war. This country is a safe haven for everyone called home. It's a peaceful country devoted to protecting refugees. There is only one problem with this country. It is overrun by children. There is a sickness everywhere that most countries have. Most children can fight it off, but adults don't have the immune system for it. I should also mention a very important aspect of this universe. Each country has something called specialty. A specialty is a magical ability that most citizens of that country have. It is important to remember that not all people of this country have the same specialty because people can move around countries, and that is why home is so diverse. It also happens from time to time that a citizen of that country is born without a specialty. Powerlessness normally runs down family lines, but it can happen to a family that normally has a specialty. The story is based off a group of children who are protecting home from a battle outside their country. Alright, let's start with the characters. The characters are based off the members of the Crazy Crew. The first character is Liliana. Liliana, an angel, is the one who started the group, who calls himself the Broken Home Protectors. She isn't necessarily the leader, but she is referred to as the mom of the group, as she is typically worried for her friends. Liliana has a goofy attitude and is pretty much always uplifting. She comes from a country that was first affected by the war. Liliana was born in the midst of a battle, and both of her parents died and was orphaned as a child. She ran away from her home, and it was the first member of the Broken Home Protectors. Her specialty is called Bend Light. Bend light is as simple as it seems. It takes light from the surrounding area and builds something out of it. This can be extremely dangerous, but an extremely helpful power, as it can build anything out of it. The catch is that it can explode if too much is moved too fastly. Bend light also causes the area to be completely darkened as all of the light is moved. Liliana's main hand is a light breaker mace, and her second is a perfect pop. Next is Casey. She's a Neko and is the second member of the Broken Home Protectors. Casey comes from a country that is overruled by demons, and the original population is a half-cat, half-human species called Neko. When demons first entered the country, they put children to work by using them as reapers. Casey was one of the most skilled child reapers there was, and she hated taking souls, so she ran away from her home. Liliana found Casey trying to steal food at a cafe. Liliana saw how skilled Casey was and recruited her to become part of her team. Casey's specialty is called Rewrite Dark Matter. Rewrite Dark Matter is a very rare specialty that only 2 other countries have. This ability allows the user to rewrite the dark matter that makes up an object to change its form. This means Casey can turn literally anything into something else as long as there is enough dark matter to sustain that object. Casey's main hand is a very rare weapon called Satan's Scythe, and her second hand is a bright light knife. Next is Ocean, the oldest and human of the group and technically the leader. Ocean comes from a country where their specialty is called Fix All. This specialty is common among places where countries are based off of mechanical objects. In a way, these countries are basically steampunk because everything is based off electronics. Ocean's country is a country that floats on top of the Pacific Ocean. It's basically one big city, but a fairly small country. Ocean builds all of the communication devices that the team uses in every weapon as well. She grew up in a car mechanic's shop where she lived with everybody that works there. The mechanics were basically her family, and she didn't know her biological parents. Ocean's specialty, Fix All, can be used on anything including small wounds and electronic devices. When an object is broken, she can use Fix All to instantly rebuild the object. This works on small wounds also because it can rebuild the skin that was there, but this does not work on larger wounds like stab wounds or huge gashes, as it uses too much magical ability to cast. Ocean's main hand is a cyber shield, and her second hand is a simple pistol. Getting closer to the end, we have Kai. Kai is the youngest member of the Broken Home Protectors. She is quite mysterious as they don't know where she came from. Kai is only 5 years old, but she is very, very powerful. She doesn't remember anything from her home country, but they do know that she comes from up north because her specialty is ice make. If you've watched Fairy Tale, you know what I'm doing here. For those who do not know about ice make, it is a magical ability that allows the user to build anything out of ice. Kai normally does not have an issue with the cold and typically wears tank tops and shorts, but the team makes her wear warmer clothes when they are out to battle so she does not freeze. Kai can be a little quiet at times, but she is very talkative when she is alone with one or two people. She is uncomfortable around Omega, but that's pretty much the only person she has a problem with. Kai is sweet and kind. Her main hand is an ice make staff, which amplifies her power, and her second hand is a simple knife. She does not do close combat fighting as she is young and should not have to deal with something of that importance. She only has the knife if someone manages to get up close to her. Lastly, we have Omega. Omega is a demon and he's technically the oldest because he's around 300 years old in human years, but in demon years he is 14. Omega is a little overpowered because he technically has two specialties. He only has two specialties because he's a demon and not half demon. His demon specialty is look forward. Look forward allows him to see the three most likely paths in the future. This does not mean he can see all paths of the future, but just the three most likely ones that they can take. Look forward does not work well in battle as it takes time to summon the magical strength needed to use this power. Omega's second specialty is Hellfire. Hellfire only affects those of evil intent. It will burn those who intend to harm others. This specialty can be used in the heat of battle when things are looking bad, but it takes almost all the energy out of them if it is a large area. You can use this in two forms, either small fireballs or large areas of the ground. Omega finds humans interesting, but does not always enjoy socializing with everybody, as demons typically live on their own. Omega has a certain sass to him as well as something that can give people the wrong impression. Omega's main weapon is a dual-sided demon heavy axe. He also does not use a second-hand weapon because this weapon takes 2 hands to use. That is it for introducing you guys to the characters. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'm excited to release the first episode of Broken Home. I'll see you guys, all you crazy people, in the next video!